Well, hello everybody. I'm not going to date this one simply because this is something that is kind of, timeless. Wanted to talk to you about a letter I read at Theoretically. Basically, it was about a gentleman who was engaged to his same-sex fiancée, and his sister, citing religious reasons, was having difficulties accepting the role of best man. It caused me to think back to my wedding, the big white wedding in Minnesota. Uh, Picture it, Washington, D.C., 2008. And I needed to ask people to be my best man. This is where things start to go off track. I asked my friend Sam. He couldn't get back from Hawaii to do it. I asked my friend Chris. He refused point blank on religious grounds. Asked my brother. And it took a week and a half for him to get back to me. And finally, after pressuring him, he said no. Several different reasons, but one of the things that particularly stands out even today was that I thrive on drama. Said okay, respected his wishes, got off the phone as quick as I could, and cried while Mike held me until I fell asleep. Asked my friend Debbie. She was not able to do it. And as we got closer to the date, I couldn't figure out what was going to happen. And so I said, screw it. It's a non-traditional wedding anyway. And so I got my stuffed animal rain dog, Artie, and he was going to be my best man. We got to the rehearsal dinner the night before the wedding. And we got all the way through to the part where we have who stands up for you, essentially. We thought it was extremely cool that his sister, Mike's sister, Heather, or as we started calling her when we first met, Lena. So we had Sven, Oli, and Lena. Heather was going to be Mike's groomette. That's what we were going to call the ladies in our party, the groomettes. She stood up. And it came time for mine. And they're like, well, where are the people standing up for you? And I pointed to Artie. And I started crying like I am now. 9 years later, it still hurts. And as soon as I did that, not only did my dad step up, Ward stepped up, Uncle Bill stepped up, Aunt Jane Ann, and 3 other members of the family, and Mike's family that had only met me 3 times, all stood up and said, we will be there for you. One of the reasons I did not ask my dad to begin with to be my best man was everything that had went down between my mom and my dad. But people, the first person to respond to my invitations and say, please, can I come, was my dad. He is an important part of my life. He proved he would be there for me at some of the most monumental parts of my life. Love, gratefulness. My dad is the one who stood up for me and stood beside me on my special day. Again, 9 years later, it still hurts. There is beauty in same-sex marriages that you have no clue what's going to happen at the ceremonies unless you talk to the couples. because tradition is completely thrown out the window. Yes, some couples may say, I want the big white wedding, and there's a church involved, and there's tuxes and wedding dresses and everything that should go along with a wedding in the traditional views. Yet you can throw things out the window. You know, our ring bearer was Mike's niece pulling a little wagon with mine and Mike's oldest stuffed animals, holding our rings on a pillow. Here's a few tips. The family must at least be invited. And I'm glad my family at least had the invitations, although some holy hell was raised on that topic. And the people I thought that would be there for me are no longer part of my life. I know this is a little bit of a downer, so I'm going to wrap it up. If you feel that you can't do a wedding for whatever reason, have the courtesy and the guts to say it, and then ask them to choose somebody else. You do not need to be part of the wedding party. Attend if you choose to. If you object to the marriage, shut your fucking face if you're going to attend. Sit there, glower if you want, but you'd best not do anything to ruin the day. Otherwise, stay the hell home. For everybody planning the wedding, invite family, invite your friends, and then just have the best party you want to have. Because this is a celebration of your love. Have a good one, people.